There's my phone.
I don't know, man.
We're all over the place here. I'm gonna put it over here real quick just to make sure it's working. I just want to see if it's working.
Yeah. There's my head.
There's your head. All right. Yeah. All right, we got that. We got that. Move this out of the way. This is set for that. Okay. We're good. Hopefully the audio's okay.
Are you caught up on Shield?
No, I haven't been watching it at all.
At all? Oh, all right.
At all. So,
It's-
I mean, if you want to talk, you can. So.
I'll talk about it a little bit.
All right. All right, here we go. We're going to go.
There is no escape.
My name is Barry Allen, and I am the fastest.
Another name you might know me by.
Starlight.
My name is Oliver Queen.
You'll be hearing from us.
From the Strategic Homeland and
Just call us Shield.
Beware my power. Green Lantern's light.
And here we go.
Excelsior!
Greetings once again, all of my good friends on the internet,
The interwebs.
the interwebs. My name is BJ, of course, with me is Big Rich, and you are at episode number 49 of The Geek Show. Thank you if you're watching us live on YouTube. Awesome. If you're joining us later on iTunes, welcome. If this is your first foray into The Geek Show, then you know what? Just get ready to, just get ready.
Yeah,
You know.
because it's a laugh a minute ride. Jeez.
No, but seriously, there's some good stuff to talk about. It
Yeah.
is one today. We're recording on Tuesday, May 2nd. It is the big Savitar reveal on
Yep.
Flash. I'm looking
Yep.
forward to that. This
Yep.
weekend, of course, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is out.
Yes.
Really pumped for that right now.
And speaking of Guardians of the Galaxy 2,
Oh, okay.
I promised my daughter I would do this. She drew a picture of Groot, and I told her, she asked me if I would put
that's
it on the
pretty
live
good.
stream, and I told her yes, I will put it on the live stream. So.
That's pretty good. I like
yeah,
it.
that's not too bad.
I am Groot.
I am Groot.
Or is it?
So-
It's not Baby Groot.
That's not baby Groot. That's full size Groot. So that's my daughter. That's Terry Ellen. That's my daughter. She wants to be an artist. She's a little probably better than me. I wanted to work for Marvel, and she'll probably get there before I ever will.
Oh man, when I was in middle school going into high school, like all I did was draw. I thought that I wanted to do that too.
Right.
I was like, oh man, I want to either work for Marvel or I want to be like I want to get into animation and work for Disney or one of those things. Just like
Never happened.
it never happened.
It never even came.
All of a
close.
sudden, my interest in drawing totally like bottomed out.
Yeah, the closest I ever came was my uncle said he knew somebody to help me get an internship at Disney. And I'm thinking to myself, I can't work for Disney. I'm not that good. I can't. I mean, that's like top of the top. I can't do that.
An internship and
I was
everything.
stupid.
You could have got your foot in the door. You could be
Yeah.
living in Orlando.
Exactly.
Or I don't know, maybe not Orlando. I don't know where Disney does a lot of their stuff.
I think a lot of their animation is done out in Buena Vista, which I think is California. I think.
If it's Lake Buena Vista, then
Is
that
it?
is Florida.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that makes sense. So what? They're
Failed geography.
that little minor company, Buena Vista. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense now.
So
Why it's also a castle.
yeah,
Gotcha.
there you go. All right. So yeah, you were saying you were starting out with the big Savitar reveal, which is going to be happening.
What is it? Just a few hours from when we're recording, so we
Yeah,
don't know
it's,
yet.
It's 5:47 right now. We started late because real life.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're gonna find out in a few hours who Savitar is. No spoilers. All right.
Yeah.
Let the West Coast people get in on it and then go ahead and let it fly.
That's been like a huge problem. I know that the Walking Dead got in trouble a couple seasons ago. They posted a big reveal like right after the East Coast episode had aired, and people on the West Coast were like, "WTF?
What the hell?"
You know. So,
so we got to keep our fellow West Coast geeks. We got to keep them in mind. So no spoilers, East Coast people.
I've got to say though, like now, like with the CW shows, earlier this season, like I was really into what they were doing on Legends of Tomorrow this year. Arrow's kind of been kind of dull for me. They came back a little bit. They're out bringing Deathstroke back, which is cool. That's cool. I like that. And I thought it was a little stronger this most recent episode. Arrow just needs to find its footing again.
Yeah.
And I've just been, I wasn't so on with what the Flash was doing in the beginning of the season,
right.
But since they've come back, I've been really into the whole Savitar angle and trying to figure out who the heck this guy is. We're gonna get that reveal later tonight.
Yep.
I can't wait. Who do you think Savitar is? Because there's a few theories online that I've seen that I don't necessarily like. I just want to throw out there who a lot of other people think Savitar.
Well,
might
a lot
be.
of people are saying it's Jay. It's John Wesley Shipp.
Yeah.
Jay Garrick. I don't know if that could be. I mean, it could be maybe from another Earth.
No, because it's somebody that has been with them. That's what I was kind of getting into today. I was like researching it. So Savitar has been there. He knows all of them. He knows what they love. He knows their weaknesses. He knows everything about them. So it's somebody that's super close to them. Another thing.
I don't know.
Yeah. So I just don't buy into the J one. Like I can't see it being him because they're like the Flash threw Savitar into the Speed Force. Well, Jay willingly went into the Speed Force in order to free Wally.
Right.
It's not like Barry stranded in there. He knew what he was doing. He knew that one speedster had to stay in order for another one to leave.
Yeah.
So it's I'm not liking the J theories. I'm also for a while thought it might be Wally. I thought Wally might be Savitar. And the most recent episode when they went into 2024.
Right.
And Wally was kind of broken.
Yeah.
Like so broken.
Yeah.
Right? Don't you think that if you saw that this villain that you've been trying to get for years who murdered your sister and it turns out to be you?
Ooh.
Like wouldn't that crush your head?
Yeah. that would totally mess with you.
Yeah.
Okay,
man.
I could see that. I could see that one.
Right.
Definitely.
Exactly. I saw another theory and I didn't like it that it's Ronnie. That it's Ronnie Raymond, the first Firestorm.
How did he get speedster powers?
That's
though?
exactly it. How he's not just suddenly a speedster, unless for some reason the Savitar suit is what gives him the speed. But that's not really how Speed Force works,
no,
or
it's not.
Any of the speedsters work. But they've had some pretty crazy encounters, and the running theory, pretty much since Savitar has come into play, is that it's a future version of Barry Allen.
Okay.
Which I don't know. I don't think that that's what it is. I wouldn't shock me if that was the twist, but it also, I don't like that would be who it is, that it's a future Barry Allen, because he sent the Legends of Tomorrow that message early on in the Legends season.
Yeah.
From the future Barry Allen saying that I was going to manipulate the timeline. Once you go back, you're going to be in my Flashpoint timeline.
Right.
And this was all before the big crossover episode that they did with Supergirl and Arrow and Legends. And, he's like, you can't trust anybody. You can't even trust me. And I think that has something to do with what's going on with Savitar.
You think he's like it's a Flashpoint Barry?
It could be
something like that.
Something like maybe some sort of. Somebody said that he may have inadvertently created Savitar in his battle with Zoom.
Maybe could it be a time remnant?
Yes, that's one of the things that I saw was that it's a time remnant, and when he raced Zoom, and he created that time remnant in order to beat Zoom. The time remnant is what got sucked up into the Speed Force and everything.
Oh.
So they're thinking maybe that's who it is. That would explain why this person knows everyone so closely.
Right.
Because, there's clearly people that that it can't be. It can't be Cisco. I can't
Yeah.
see it being Cisco.
Can't be. It's
And-
got to be. It's got to be a speedster, no doubt. It's a speedster.
Absolutely.
So Cisco, HR. I mean, they're all out. Yeah,
I mean,
it can't be them.
There could be a way. I mean, you really got to dive into it and everything. I mean, if somebody's has somehow found a way to energize the Velocity 9 serum that Zoom was using,
Yeah.
Hunter Zolomon.
Yeah.
If somebody found out a way how to take that and create it and give it powers to something else, but maybe like that something protects them from the crazy amounts of speed and everything like that.
Right.
But then again, he's supposed to be like the first person to ever have speed. Well, I mean, as far as we know, that's Barry Allen. Barry Allen is the first person to have speed.
Right.
How would somebody else just all of a sudden develop it?
True.
It's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping for a big, crazy reveal. I'm hoping that it's not Jay. I kind of hope it's not a future Barry, because I think that's a cop-out.
Right.
The first season, the villain is arch enemy and Eobard Thawne. And the second season, the enemy is Hunter Zolomon, and now the enemy is himself. Like, come on, no,
Yeah.
I'm
nah,
not
I
feeling
don't see
that.
it. I don't
Not
see it.
feeling
No, it's definitely got to. It's.
I'm sticking with Wally.
I'm gonna go with Wally as well. I think I'm gonna stick with Wally. Because honestly, it makes more sense than a time remnant of Barry to me.
Right.
So, I'm calling it. It's Wally.
I think it's Wally too.
Okay.
I think it's definitely Wally, because what else could have broken him so badly?
I know exactly.
Right.
I mean, geez.
That he was catatonic.
Aside from seeing his sister naked or something like that.
Right.
You know? Come on.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. So, all right. So we're both of the opinion then it's Wally.
Yeah.
We're calling that close. So we'll find out later tonight on the Flash if we're both right. If we're both right, we should definitely tweet about it.
Yeah. People should send us some
Yes.
sort of baked goods.
Yes.
or
I don't know if
something.
anybody's watching. I don't have it going. And I actually don't have the recording going.
Oh no.
Well, I got the video though.
Okay.
I can steal the audio from that track.
You're a smart guy.
I'm a smart guy. I could do it. Jeez. Wow. This is what happens when you have a power failure
Yeah.
earlier in the afternoon.
Right.
And everything's just off and you're kind of rushing. All right, but anyway, let's move on to the Defenders. So they dropped a little teaser.
Yeah, just earlier today.
Yeah, and I mean, it wasn't very long. I mean, it was like, what, 6 or 7 seconds?
No, it was like a Snapchat video.
Yeah.
Like, it was
They're
quick.
pouring something into a
Well,
sarcophagus or something.
If you remember, at the end of Daredevil Season 2,
Yeah.
they're taking Elektra someplace, and
Yeah.
they have her in that same sarcophagus.
Yeah.
And they seal it up.
Okay.
And now they're pouring something onto this sarcophagus.
So we're going to get evil Elektra?
I think we're getting something like that. I mean, she's the only person we've seen in one of these sarcophaguses, unless some reason the hand is just like taking people and putting them in them and creating maybe like these super hand soldiers. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it would kind of maybe it would go with Sigourney Weaver's, character. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It
I don't
does
know.
make sense, and we've got that sarcophagus.
Well, because if they weren't setting up the whole Elektra thing at the end of Daredevil Season 2 for Defenders, were they waiting for Season 3 of Daredevil? Because if that's the case, that's way too far away.
Yeah.
So what's the point of even, starting to lay the breadcrumbs? I think the same thing with the end of Iron Fist. That whole thing with Kunlun being gone,
Yeah.
that's got to be,
That's-
that's bad news. The Defenders have to step in because now New York's in big-time trouble.
Yeah. Exactly. So,
Pretty exciting to see, though. We're getting
yeah,
very close
we're getting
to
very
that.
close. We're not too much longer. I think it happens. Is it this month or next month?
With the Defenders?
Yeah.
No, it's not till the fall.
Oh, the fall. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not till the fall. The fall also, we are getting that new Inhumans show.
Yep. And we got the new poster today.
I saw that the synopsis was something like there's a, which kind of goes hand in hand with what happened in the comics, but there's some sort of military coup to take out the royal family. I assume that's Maximus Boltagon, who's the crazy
Yeah.
person in the family. So then it sends the royal family to Earth, where
Okay.
they have to save the day.
Are we getting a sitcom out of this? Is
I
that what
see,
we're
that's-
getting? With the Inhumans sitcom, they're trying to cope on Earth.
It kind of seems like it. Like maybe it's like Coneheads.
Consume mass quantities.
I'm a little concerned though because the showrunner I believe is the same showrunner who did Iron Fist, and we never got to see Kunlun. We never got to see any dragon fights. We didn't get to see him dip his hands into the molten heart of the dragon to get the Iron Fist. So we didn't get to see any of that mystical stuff. And I'm worried that we're not going to get to see any of Atalan because they're just not going to show it. Like instead, we're just going to have a Inhuman show set in Hawaii, and Black Bolt's going to be wearing a Hawaiian shirt.
And he's going to have Bermuda shorts. And he's going to have a Detroit Tigers, ball cap with a mustache. He's going to look like Tom Selleck as Magnum PI.
Right, exactly. So I am a little worried. It's kind of cool. The first 2 episodes are going to be in IMAX. So
I saw that.
That'll be cool.
In September, you get the first 2 episodes at the IMAX.
Yep. So
a 2-hour event there. And then at the 26th, I think it said, is when the show actually starts.
So if you go and see the first 2 episodes in IMAX, then you can kind of skip the first 2. But I also heard that in order to get you to watch those first 2, there's going to be extra things involved in the television portion that we didn't get to see in IMAX. So I think it'll be interesting.
So they're gonna do something to kind of bribe you.
Now you've got to find out, how is it going to be linked to S.H.I.E.L.D.? Is it going to be linked to S.H.I.E.L.D. at all? I mean, they're dealing with Inhumans on S.H.I.E.L.D. directly. It's a huge issue on that show. So I don't know how you ignore it.
Yeah.
How you can just make it a standalone spinoff. But, whatever. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
It's only going to be 8 episodes like Agent Carter was, so.
So we'll see how that goes.
Basically.
Yeah.
I think this is the end of S.H.I.E.L.D. though, man.
You think so? I'm pretty sure. I'm not even really watching.
I mean, this season has been by far my favorite season of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Really?
So far in its whole entire run. I've never really hated it. Going back and watching it, the first season was real weak. And I thought it was real weak when I first watched it. But then it got good with the Winter Soldier stuff. But this season has been so good. What they're doing with the life model decoy stuff. And now they're inside this computer framework trying to free their consciousness that has been put in there by this crazy LMD Ada, and they're working their way out. And Hydra is running the planet in this fantasy world that she's programmed, and she's Madam Hydra, and Fitz is evil, and everybody else has turned the corner and is trying to become good again, but Fitz looks to consciously not want to.
Wow.
So it's a really crazy arc that they've gone on. I didn't think it would be any good, and it's turned out to be one of my favorite things.
All right.
Like I can't wait to watch it.
Then I may have to actually jump back in and just start watching again.
Absolutely.
Kind of go from there. All right. So moving on, we've got 3 Fox movies coming out in 2018.
Yeah.
We've got Deadpool 2. Now, this one I never heard about this one, Dark Phoenix.
And I think that instead of them jumping into Phoenix, I think that they're gonna go right for that Dark Phoenix thing.
Yeah, because I mean because after Dark Phoenix, basically, I think it was a clone of Jean Grey ends up becoming her own person and joins Excalibur. The other X group that was headed by Captain Britain, who was
was it? It's Psylocke's brother.
Psylocke's brother, yeah.
I don't know.
Psylocke's first name is Betsy. I can't remember her last name.
Brandt.
Right?
Betsy Brandt?
Betsy Brandt, maybe. Or you may be thinking of Betty Brandt from Spider-Man.
Maybe I am.
But anyway, so
Betsy Ross?
But anyway, Excalibur consists of Captain Britain. You've got a shapeshifter named Megan, I believe was her name in the comics. You had Nightcrawler, Kitty Pryde, and you had Lockheed, who was the little pet dragon that Kitty Pryde had. And then there was also this clone of Jean Grey.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it was a younger version of her. I believe she called herself Rachel, or something like that. But she had the Phoenix powers.
Okay.
It's been a while since I've actually got the issues over where my comic books are, somewhere over there. I should go through and read them. I've got some of those issues of Excalibur that I found at a garage sale as I was rebuilding. So, but That seems kind of interesting to me. I can't wait to see what they kind of come up with for that. And then of course there's the New Mutants, which is the newer the kids that go to Xavier's school that kind of basically start forming their own group, which consisted. One of the main people was Peter Colossus's sister, Ilyana. Magic.
I love her.
Yeah, she was awesome. I loved her comic.
She's great. She's in the new Doctor Strange run, and she's fantastic.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll have to check that out then, too.
Well, she's also in the new X-Men run, too, at the same exact time. So, it's one of those weird comic things.
Yeah, it's continuity. We don't know what you're talking about.
Forget about it.
All right, and then, so with New Mutants, I don't know who they're going to have. Hopefully they'll have Ilyana. They'll have,
well, they've done it. They did a good job establishing a very Russian Colossus.
Yes.
In Deadpool. So I think that there's no doubt that they could have that. And maybe in New Mutants, maybe we get to see Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
Oh, there you go. That would be kind of cool, too. Yeah.
Bring her back.
Not as funny as Deadpool, obviously, because Deadpool's got its own little thing.
Right.
But make it more of a mainstream X-Men kind of movie. So, those coming out in 2018. So
all three of them.
All three of them. So it's a good time to be a geek. It is a very good time to be a geek.
What's interesting is the last time we got together, we were talking and speculating who we thought might get cast as Cable, and I swear the day after they announced Josh Brolin is going to be playing Cable, which I think is a little weird.
It is, because he's also Thanos.
Yeah. And it's not like I'm playing, this person in this universe and this person in another universe, because it's just I just think that makes things weird and complicated. Like, why would you even have gone up for the role or something like that? They've been establishing you as Thanos for years. They've been establishing Thanos for years. Josh Brolin has made his appearance in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1.
Yeah.
He made his appearance in the end credits of Avengers Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
So he's done it twice at this point. He is going to be the big bad of Infinity War. I don't understand how he's going to play. I think he's going to be a great Cable. Don't get me wrong. He's got the look. He's got the grit. He's got the acting chops.
I think it's kind of like Chris Evans playing Human Torch in Fantastic Four, and now he's Captain America.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of like that kind of situation.
It kind of is, because that is, again, it's two different studios and two different teams running things, and he's unrecognizable as Thanos. With all the makeup and everything that's on.
You can't really tell it.
You have no idea.
You have no clue.
Cable, I'm really wondering how they're gonna do with Cable, because Cable is a behemoth.
Yeah.
He's a big guy.
They got to be doing something like they got to either do some kind of like CGI or perspective of from the camera or something. They got to do something like that.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah. So as I always say, we got to wait and see.
I can't. 2018 is going to be good. I think 2018 also Avengers Infinity War. So
Yep.
Next year we're going to get that. And that will also be Black Panther before that. And I'm sure that DC has some project that is yet to be finished on the way. I heard in 2018, actually, I think that's when Aquaman is out.
Okay.
So
Jason Momoa, see if he can actually save the whole thing.
Yeah. No, I'm wondering if Wonder Woman won't do that job for him. I saw another teaser trailer for that, and I think that movie's going to be pretty good.
You think?
You just got to make sure you have the right parts. You've got the everything that you need to make an awesome movie with all the stories that Wonder Woman has been involved in.
Yeah.
You've got Greek mythology, and you've got all of her trudgings through 2 world wars and everything. I think that they can get the job done. They just got to make sure that they steer the ship in the right direction this time.
Yeah.
That's all.
So, well,
take a note from the CW on TV. They're doing it right.
They're doing it right.
And did you see also that they're going to be launching that? I think it's a DC or Warner Brothers streaming service.
Really?
And they're doing a live action Teen Titans. It's going to be available there.
Yeah.
Which is the only thing I'm not a big fan of, because I don't want to have to pay for an individual.
Yeah, that kind of stuff is ridiculous.
I don't love that all the channels are now. I liked it when you could get it on Netflix, you could get it on Hulu.
Right.
And now one of the things that's really irking me about this new Star Trek that's going to be on.
I know. It's its own.
I'm not.
Yeah, what the hell?
I'm not going out and getting CBS All Access just so I can watch Star Trek. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I love Star Trek. I'm not doing that.
This is why, and they'll totally deny it. This is why there's piracy right here.
Absolutely.
This kind of crap right here.
Right.
You're basically forcing people to spend money to follow their favorite franchise, which they're willing to do if you're starting your own streaming service. But, I mean, honestly, the only things I really watch on CBS, Big Bang Theory, and probably, like, the DC stuff, for, like...
And it's not even there anymore.
And it's not even going to be there. Yeah.
Right.
So what is the
Big
sense?
Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory.
Well, you can watch as much NCIS New Orleans as you want, man.
Seriously, I gave up when Jag went off the air.
Jag, that was so long ago.
I know.
Oh my God.
I still have seasons 1 through 4 on DVD upstairs.
I loved Jag. I'm not gonna hate on you for that.
Yeah.
Love that show.
Harmon Rab.
Yeah. Catherine Bell. Hot. Hot.
She should be. We gotta think of a very busty supervillain. She could be her.
Man, who could she play?
Oh, I don't know.
Emma Frost.
Yeah. There you go.
When you think busty supervillains.
There you go.
So superheroes, really, when you think about it.
She could be Power Girl on the CW.
Oh my God. She could be
Power Girl on the CW. Catherine Bell, Power Girl.
I'm a
on the
clone
CW.
of you, Kara. Really?
I'm an older clone.
Oh, you look nothing like me.
Yeah, really. A little extra chromosome here.
Yeah.
But anyway, but yeah, 2018. Lots of, we got some good stuff coming up, and hopefully, DC doesn't shoot themselves in the foot. With all their stuff.
I mean,
why am I doing this?
You want to know what's also interesting that I've noticed is that you got Wonder Woman is coming out on June 2nd.
Yeah.
Now, I'm willing to bet that they're kind of holding the reins back a little bit. You got Guardians coming out right now.
Right.
I feel like they just don't want to go head to head with the marketing. But you've seen very little marketing for Wonder Woman.
I have seen very little. It's like they're like super over the top. They're pushing it out there. I've seen barely anything.
Well, here's
at
the thing.
all.
They went balls to the wall with Batman vs Superman and Suicide Squad.
Yep.
Those movies made a lot of money. The movies got hammered by critics, mixed reviews from fans.
Yeah.
I think that they're kind of holding back. They're not trying to build up as much hype around Wonder Woman. I think they want people to kind of find it organically.
Yeah.
And then let that word spread, because, I mean, that's what Marvel did for years. With Iron Man, I saw there was no marketing for Iron Man.
There's barely anything.
There was barely marketing for Thor, barely marketing for Captain America. It wasn't until they were established that all of a sudden now they're building the hype. Remember this guy? Remember why you love this? They've finally taken a step back. They're gonna let this classic character sell herself, and I think that's perfect.
That's the way to go.
It's absolutely
that is definitely the way to go. All right, so more upcoming movies, but this year, Guardians of the Galaxy coming up this Friday. This Friday, your tickets for the whole seat, but you only need the edge.
Yeah.
So, which is going to be, I mean, we've talked about Guardians of the Galaxy here a bunch of different times. It's going to be good. And then,
who do you think Sylvester Stallone is, by the way? Because he is.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know who I hope, and I don't think it's going to happen. I hope he is an older, rich rider. I hope he's Nova. I think that would be really cool if he's like an older, seasoned Nova that is going to, because Samuel Alexander is Nova in the comics now.
Right.
It could be a passing of the torch type thing. Not that to say Samuel Alexander is going to be in Guardians Volume 2, but if you establish that Rich Rider is there, he's older. He's kind of like this veteran,
right?
Space Rambo.
I wonder if Ben Morse knows.
Probably.
He probably knows.
No, I have no idea. I mean, they've been things got spoiled pretty bad with Kurt Russell's character. Like, everybody knows that
Yeah.
he's Ego, the living planet.
Yeah.
And they've done a really, really good job of this secret role with Sylvester Stallone.
So I'm thinking then it's got to be something really big. I mean, if they're willing to let Ego out, you know, let that cat out of the bag with Kurt Russell, then they must have something really cool lined up for Stallone.
Now, there's another thing that I saw online that Stallone could be one of the original Guardians from the 60s. You know, because you already have what the heck is his name? With the blue guy with the mohawk, the arrow.
Oh, Yondu.
Yeah, you already you have Yondu, who was one of the original Guardians, or one of the original incantations of the Guardians classic form.
Right.
And he's a Ravager. Apparently, there's going to be another, I think Charlie 22 or something like that. I don't know. I can't remember what I was reading, but Stallone could be one of those original Guardians, and now instead of them being Guardians, they're all Ravagers. So that's a possibility as well, which is kind of cool that James Gunn is showing off his knowledge of the Guardians, because that is beyond me.
Yeah.
Like the old 60s and 70s Guardians of the Galaxy, that is not my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Not at all.
No way. Not even mine. I'm not even up on it. So maybe a trip to the Marvel Wiki,
Yeah.
you know, for that kind of stuff. So
$10 a month, Marvel Unlimited.
there you go.
Could read up on it.
It's
And
I would think
cancel.
it'd be worth it, because I mean I would read it for all the back issues of Spider-Man before this whole, you know, alternate universe stuff myself. You know,
Yeah.
I'd go back and I'd read all the, you know, the Spider Slayer and Mary Jane and Peter getting married and all that kind of stuff. You know, Kraven the Hunter,
Yeah.
the Last Hunt.
Yep.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah.
So I'd be all over that.
We could do we could start our own book club.
Oh, there you go.
The only thing is you have to make sure whoever is in it is subscribed to Marvel Unlimited.
That's it. It's a prerequisite.
Yeah,
So.
exactly.
So okay, Wonder Woman. We already talked pretty much about Wonder Woman
Yeah.
there. And we already talked about Inhumans, according to my list here. So the other one, the last thing I got here on the list, and I might have one more thing I could throw out there, is, I mean, are you watching The Expanse on Sci-Fi? Have you checked that out or read anything about it?
I've seen ads for it, and it seems like a show that I would be very interested in, but I am not watching it.
I think a lot of people are calling it Game of Thrones in space.
Okay.
And it is. There's a lot of intrigue. There's a lot of, you know, back channel stuff going on, and intrigue, and, you know, that kind of stuff. And, you know, people you didn't think would die, just all of a sudden, what the hell just happened? You know, that kind of thing. All the kind of stuff that you got. And it's based on, I can't remember the author's name, but, you know, some novels. He's done a few novels like this. But essentially, mankind has gone out into the solar system. They've come up with a way of being able to fly out to like Saturn and Uranus and all that within a matter of, you know, weeks instead of years and months and that kind of thing. So, but yeah, it's to me, it's a really good show.
Okay.
There's a lot of good intrigue. I recommend it. I didn't think I'd like it just because of the Sci-Fi Channel, because they have a tendency to throw these great shows on the air and then yank them off beforehand, and then have the crappy ones stay on forever, and you're kind of like a crapshoot when you go to try to, you know, if you decide you want to invest in something. But coworker told me it's worth the investment, and he's right. I like the show. I am gonna suggest it to you and anybody else.
Now, you know, it's funny because I saw that a while ago that it was going to be premiering The Expanse, and I said, this show looks awesome. I should tape it and see what it's like. And then I saw that it was season 2, and I was like, oh, well, I can't start watching at season 2, so then I just said, forget the whole thing. Like, where can I get season 1?
That I don't know yet.
I wonder if it's
I
on-
will find it.
Yeah, all right.
I will find it.
Okay.
And I will let you know.
If it's Hulu or Netflix, I can get it done.
It might be Netflix.
Okay.
Not Netflix, Hulu, I mean. I think it might be Hulu.
I think you're right.
Because it just seems like sci-fi stuff. You don't see a lot of the sci-fi stuff on Netflix, but I think you
No.
see a lot of it on Hulu.
No.
I think that's just because, in my opinion, Hulu's a ripoff. Because they're charging, you're paying $10 and you're still getting commercials.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you got commercials on Hulu.
Yeah.
now.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a while since I've watched Hulu.
You get commercials, and you have to pay more to get no commercials. Whereas on Netflix, oh, look at that. I get everything without commercials
Well,
for the same price.
you know it's coming.
bastards. All
Well, that's what I'm saying with those streaming services. But if every channel starts yanking their programmings off these things,
Yeah.
and then we're forced to pay for individual channel streamings, you might as, and then they're gonna start bundling stuff again, and then you're gonna have cable.
You're gonna
It's
you're
gonna be
back
all-
in the whole cable thing. I mean, that was something. You're basically trying to decide where are you spending your hard-earned money. You got Netflix, Hulu, you've got Sling TV, you've got MLB, you've got NHL, you've got NFL.
Yeah.
You've got all of these services out there, all charging HBO, Showtime, Cinemax,
Right.
all charging within the same wheelhouse. So you get what you like, and you're still paying the same amount that you were paying for the cable company.
Right.
What's the difference?
I know.
Other than the fact that you're using, an internet connection, you're not getting the compressed signal. You're getting, true 1080 and 4K and all that. You're not getting
Right.
that 720p that the cable company's doing to save bandwidth on everything.
Yeah.
But still, it's a waste of money. Somebody needs to. Somebody's going to end up figuring out, I'm losing money on this deal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not making as much as what I should. And they're going to end up going back to either like Netflix or Hulu. And that's another reason why Netflix is coming up, and especially Hulu and Amazon, they're all coming up with their own original content because all these other companies are yanking the rights.
Yeah.
But I mean, from the stuff that I'm watching on Netflix, there's House of Cards.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Well, Stranger Things.
Stranger Things. Awesome shows.
Great stuff.
Yeah, you're not going to see them on broadcast TV.
No.
You're only going to see them on Netflix. To me, that's worth the money I'm paying Netflix. I'm paying them like, what is it, $11, $12 a month for to be able to run it on 2 devices.
Yeah.
Perfectly fine. I got they don't care which. It's not an exclusive 2 devices. It's only 2 devices at the same time.
Right.
So I could be at work watching, and my wife could be here watching, and it's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
So, it's worth it. But yeah, it's one of those things. It's kind of like the whole Comic-Con thing where they don't stream anything for you.
Right.
Whereas Star Wars Celebration will
Stream it all.
They put it all up there, even for this past celebration in Orlando. They put it all up there. I watched the Mark Hamill panel. I watched the Carrie Fisher tribute panel. I watched which other one did I
watched the animation one.
The animation one, yeah. Because you get Dave Filoni on there, and it's awesome. So
well, if they do it in Orlando again, we should go, and the wives can take the kids to Disney. Well, and we can go to our own Disney.
Exactly. Well, they're not having Celebration next year. They're skipping next year.
They are skipping next year.
Yes, I saw that.
Are they skipping next year because there won't be a Star Wars movie?
Possible.
Okay.
I would think that's probably
there won't be a Star Wars movie, and as far as we know, this is the final season of Rebels.
Yes. As
So
far as we know.
Nothing to promote.
And they already announced the Episode 9 release date. Did you read?
No.
May 25th.
They're doing it in May?
They're doing it in May.
Wow.
Which is my youngest daughter's birthday. So guess who's not going?
You won't be seeing
I won't be going to the matinee. I have to go
Right.
to the night before. But yeah. So there you go. And that I don't know what that means. If there's going to be more Star Wars saga movies right off the bat, or if they're just going to kind of let it lie for a little while.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've already announced Episode 9, May 25th.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens there.
May, that's so weird.
Yeah, they switched it to December, but I think what it is a lot of the fans wanted it back in May.
It's a summer blockbuster.
I think
it's hard in December.
It is.
Know?
I think they're seeing. I think they come to realize that it's a summer movie. We made more money in the summer. I'm guessing.
Imagine if The Force Awakens was around in the summer.
I know.
I know.
I think that's what happened. I think Force Awakens and Rogue One, because they were released in December.
Yeah.
They made money.
Yeah.
They made good money.
Yeah.
Disney was happy with it, but I'm guessing that they didn't get what they were expecting. And so that's why they're going back to the summer release to see if I'm willing to bet once they go back to May, that's it. They're done. They're staying there. They're not going to go back to December on anything.
No way. No way.
So.
Well, Rogue One in my house got the Vera review.
She actually watched Rogue One.
No, she watched part of it and then got up and said, "This movie is boring. I'm leaving."
Face palm. I just gave a face palm on camera.
I know. She's watched all the other Star Wars with me, and she's liked them enough. I think that she just didn't feel like watching it. That's the problem. She had to be in the mindset to watch it, and she didn't want to watch it. But I'm gonna wait because I let my brother take it, and he's gonna have his wife watch it, and I'm gonna see what she says because
you got to get your woman in line, BJ.
I know.
I got to get mine in line too.
She liked The Force Awakens. She did not hate that movie. She watched the whole thing.
I told Kim for my 50th birthday, she has to watch Star Wars with me.
The whole everything?
I don't know if it's going to be everything, but she has to watch Star Wars. I'm going to.
Oh, you should make everything.
I probably will. I've got some time. I got a little time.
Plan it out.
I'm going to plan
Rent
it
a
out.
theater.
Pretty much. My 50th birthday is going to be a private showing of Star Wars.
Get a 3-day babysitter. And just watch every one that is currently available for you to watch.
Have to call up the babysitting co-op we're a part of and say, hey, we need somebody for 3 days.
Who's a weekend,
available?
Please.
Who's available?
Wow, that's good.
But yeah, okay. So I mean, getting back to The Expanse, definitely watch it. We got off the track there a little bit, but that's perfectly fine because it brings us back to the fact that it's a good time to be a geek.
Certainly.
Good time, definitely. So, I mean, do you have anything else? I mean, it was kind of a shorter show, about 40 minutes.
No, we were just, I really just wanted to hit on the whole Savitar thing. I'm really pumped up for that. Like, I
am too.
Wait.
I cannot wait. What's probably going to end up happening with me is I'm not going to be able to watch it while it's playing. I'll have to watch it later, so I'll totally avoid Twitter.
Definitely.
I
don't think, you know what, don't even bother. We're not going to get that reveal till the end of the episode.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen, you know.
It's not going to happen towards the beginning of the episode. They're going to make you watch the whole thing to get the ratings.
It's going to happen about 40 minutes in, and then the aftermath is going to be them all sitting around sulking, wondering why so-and-so turned evil.
Catholic or some type of religious guilt.
Yeah, basically.
You know, it's basically going to...
Daredevil.
Yeah, there you go. a little bit of that. Okay, but so we're going to call it right there for the episode here of Geek Show. Make sure you stop by the website, xjockalbanyny.com. Then, of course, we're on iTunes. We're on Stitcher. We're on TuneIn, Podcastpedia, Blueberry Podcast Directory, and, you know... Do we have any news about the other one yet? I mean,
no,
nothing
unfortunately
yet?
not.
Okay.
But we're gonna have to plan something pretty awesome because the next episode is our 50th episode.
Yes.
And that's a pretty good milestone, I think.
It is 50. I mean, that means we've done almost an entire year's worth of episodes if we stuck to the week model.
We were really good for a while.
We started out strong. That's what we're gonna say.
Yeah, we did really good, and then we had babies.
Yeah, then life happens. This is what happens if birth control is not used, ladies and gentlemen.
You don't get all your geek news.
You don't. So, all right. But that's going to wrap it up for B and BJ. Stay geeky.